All
Good
right.
afternoon. We are the cabin crew members of EIA, and he is the flight attendant, Orlando Alberto Alvarado from Delta, who we will interview today. We as a cabin crew member are interested about your experience as a flight attendant. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. My name is Orlando Alvarado. I live in Atlanta, New York. I've been working with Delta Airlines for 33 years. I was born in Lima, Peru, and I came to the United States in 1977.
Okay, great, great. Uh, let's begin with the questions. The first question is, uh, what do you consider, in your opinion, uh, it's the most important quality to be a flight attendant?
Well, that's lots of qualities that you need to have. One of them is you need to have patience, customer service skills. You also need to analyze under pressure. You need to make quick decisions. You need to know your surroundings. You need to have skills such as conflict resolution. And you also need to have conflict management service along with a great attitude and looking forward in line with all the notions with the other crews and also support each other. So basically, you need to have a lot of skills and concentrate on each one.
Okay, right. I agree with that because always to stay with people it's difficult sometimes.
Right.
The second question is, what advice would you give someone who wants to study to be a flight attendant?
Oh, I will always, not just a flight attendant, but any career or any goal in life is to pursue it each time and time again. In Delta, I worked in 10 different departments, all the way from cleaning the plane, cargo management, and every step of the way, I always wanted to try different departments. In the flight attendant position, I tried 4 times. I was turned down 3 times, and I got in on the fourth try. So it's very important that you always go to your goals, no matter what they are in life. Always pursue your goals.
Okay, okay. Let's continue with the another question.
Of the risks that made it more difficult for you to learn or practice?
I'm sorry, got the connection got. Can you repeat the question, please?
Of the risks that made it more difficult for you to learn or practice?
Practice.
What is more difficult to in the career when you begin the career, to learn or when you have to practice what you learn?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It's just very difficulty with the connection. Uh, you
Yes.
mean in the training at the beginning or during?
Uh, I I understand that you in the first times, maybe months or years, I don't know, you begin with the theory and
Okay,
later you have to practice. So
okay.
what is the
Um,
most difficult thing? The theory or practice what you learn?
well, at I don't know about other training, but at Delta, Delta has their own training. So when I started flight attendant training, it's 8 weeks of training.
Okay.
So after 8 weeks, you take the final exam and you graduate. So they taught us pretty much everything that we're gonna encounter at the job. Well, like any other job, the first day, the second day, the third day, it's always difficult because what you learn in theory, now you have to practice it live, and you know, everybody's around you, everybody's looking at you. I can remember I had my first emergency, a medical emergency, on my second day on the job. It was my second day, first trip, and I had my first medical emergency. But just like that, the training kicks in. You immediately assess the situation. You get your medical equipment. You analyze. You coordinate with the other crew members. Notify the pilot. Get someone on board that it has medical experience and assess the situation. And just everything is just done like that by memory. But it's everything that you do in training. Well, at Delta, it kicks in, and they train you especially for those situations. And remember, I've been with Delta so many years that I know how to deal with customers, and also I've been with different departments. So to me, it's pretty quick to catch on, but it just depends on the person. Sometimes other flight attendants will take a little longer, or sometimes flight attendants and I used to dealing with medical situations or any other type of situation that is high stress. So it might take them a little bit longer for them to get acquainted with the situation. But that's why there's 3 or 4 flight attendants always on every flight. We help each other out, and we can assess the situation and take care of it. I would say the most important part, like from theory to practice, is that you need to pay attention in class. And when you get home, you go over it and use that in your daily life. For example, you're walking around and you see somebody fall down or somebody gets hurt, then you can always assess those skills that you learn and you apply them to your everyday life.
Oh, okay, it's a lot of things. But
yes.
how if you learn, if you take seriously the classes, you will use it in emergency. That's a great
Exactly. You can use it
information.
you can use it at everyday life. It's had so many times it's happened to me or to the people around me that what they've learned, they've actually used it at home with their neighbor on the street. I mean, my mom just I'm in the hospital right now. My mom, she fell down. She's 73 years old. She fell down and she
Oh,
broke her shoulder. So I was there, and I mean, you know, you basically it's a high stress area, especially because it's somebody that you love. But your training kicks in. You know, you immediately assess her. She's breathing, circulating. She's awake. She's knowledgeable. She's telling me that she's in pain. You know, you get her to a stable position. I call emergency 911. You know, ambulance. Well, I'm talking to the while I'm talking to the operator, you know, you do it in a calm manner, and then you stay calm, and then the people around you will stay calm as well.
no. Oh, I'm so sorry for that. But if you, like you said, if you have the theory, you know how to do when these situations occur. I'm so sorry for that.
Exactly. And just like that, and you also have crew coordination, when you know, like what you're doing right now on this call, you're coordinating with your other crew members. The same way in life and then up in the plane. You know, everybody's looking at you for direction to help. So our number one priority is the safety of the passengers and the safety of the crew, and that's how you all coordinate. So you do that, and you realize that on your everyday life as well.
Okay. The next question, please.
What's your most exciting anecdote as a pilot?
As a flight attendant, sorry.
Yeah. What's the most? I didn't get the last word.
Exciting anecdote.
Anecdote?
Yes.
For example, like what?
Maybe some famous person, maybe
Oh,
some
yeah.
that enjoy you and in a flight.
Well, I think the not not a famous person, but I think the most um thing that makes me whole, makes me happy, makes me on the aircraft is when somebody gets on board and they're upset or something's happened to them, and by the time they leave the aircraft, they say thank you. It was a great flight. Thank you, make me feel special. Or, you know, sometimes people get on the plane and it's not just to go from point A to point B, where they are actually going through something. I remember during COVID, we were running flights um, for certain destinations, and it was because we were transferring doctors, we were transferring nurses, we were transferring first responders, especially to New York, where it first hit hard. And you can see the faces of the eyes of the nurses, the doctors, and they were saying thank you for being here, because for us flight attendants being there, we were able to transport them to the hot spots, to the hot areas of where now they take over as first responders, nurses, doctors, and you can just look at it in the eyes, because you couldn't see them because everybody was masked up, but you can see when they say thank you that they really mean it. And it was very touching for me and for my other crew members that we were able to make a difference during that time. That's the most important, the human aspect of us coming to work, doing our job in a professional manner, is that we actually make it worth saving a life or having somebody else go someplace where they need to be. That's the most important aspect of my job at Delta.
Okay, that makes feel you successfully. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Um,
Can
can
you
you tell us who was your first flight?
My first one,
Can
flight?
you tell us how was your first flight?
my
Your first
first,
flight.
oh, my
Flight.
first flight. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
It was nervous. I was very nervous. Let's see. I think I was working 737-900 aircraft. I was working.
Okay.
It's a Boeing aircraft, so it's 4 crew members, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and I forgot what city we were going to, but it was a short flight, but it was a 3-day trip. We have a lot of 3-day trips. So we were I don't know, I was just nervous, but the other coworkers, they really helped me out. And we got up in the air, and then you're thinking, you're nervous, you're stiff because you're in the jump seat, you got your harness on and you got your jump seat position, and then you look at the other person and they're like looking at you like you're too stiff, you got to relax. So so I learned to relax, and it just it just takes from there. But then on the second day, like I said before, I had a medical emergency, and that's when the training kicks in, the adrenaline kicks in. So it's very exciting, but you have to go through it. Everybody has to go through it. You have to go through your first medical emergency. You have to go through your first, what we call a yellow emergency. You never want to go through a red emergency, but it sometimes happens, but you got to be ready. And then that's why you do yearly training. Every year you go back and you retrain, and you can always ask questions about that. And then, but yeah, the first day is just exciting, adrenaline. It's learning, and you rely on your other coworkers to get you by that first rotation. But at the end of the day, we all have to go through it, and it's very exciting part of the flight attendant life.
Okay.
Right.
Um, In which plane did you make your first flight?
I'm sorry?
In which plane did you make your first flight?
Oh,
Your
yeah.
first
So
flight.
my first flight was a 737-900.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. We're training all our planes. So all Delta flight attendants are trained in 9 different types of aircraft. So we're
You have a
training
lot.
we're training Boeing 717, 737-800, 737-900, Boeing 757, Boeing 767, Airbus 319, Airbus 320, Airbus 321, Airbus 350. So we're trained on all those planes, and we can fly any of those planes. Yeah.
You have a lot of experience in flight. I see.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, we have to. We have 900 airplanes, and there's
Wow.
right now there's 28,000 flight attendants, and
Okay.
our goal is to hire. We'll be hiring 29,500 by the end of this year.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we have 95,000 employees, everything from ramp, cargo, management, customer service, and 29,000 flight attendants. So we have 7 bases in the US.
Okay, for what I see, you are so happy with your career. It's a
Yes, very
it's
much.
a very, very important thing for us, because we also love this career too, and it's very, very, very important for us, your opinion. And I think that you give us the enough time. We have to end this conversation, and we are very grateful for with you for give us this a little of time. We know what situation are you crossing, what you tell us about your person who is in the hospital, and we are so sorry for that situation, and we wait that he what tomorrow he will recover you of that, and we are, like I said, we are so grateful, and thank you for this little interview. Thank you.
It was my pleasure to share my experience with you, and I'm very happy that you chose this career, and I hope everyone the best in your goals and in your life goals. And like I said, just whatever goals you have, you got to go through it. And like me, I've been to 9 different departments, every department different at Delta. 32 years, 8 years flying, but you have to find where you have to go and find what you like to do, so that every day is not a job, but every day is being happy to come to work and enjoying. That's what the goal is.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
You have a great night. All right, take care.
Thank you.
Bye, bye.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Bye.
So much. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Ok, listo. Corte. Pues ahora sí, muchas gracias por esta entrevista. Pues